Shonen, a style of Japanese animation and comics aimed at a younger male audience. Most people in the 2010s coming into the anime community were first exposed to anime through a shonen anime or manga, which gave them the initial curiosity into this hellish landscape of a community and medium. I'm no exception, as when I first came into the anime community back in 2018 or 2019, sometime in that school year, the first couple of anime I was introduced to was well, it was Dragon Ball Super and Boruto. Look, man, kids are weird, okay? And those two series, and of course binging the prerequisite stories before them, led me to watching over 100 different series in the past 4 years of anime, and having a majority of them be targeted towards a shonen demographic. The main thing I want to preface in this video is that I'm referring to the demographic of shows targeted at a young male audience, not the arbitrary genre that we in the West think of when we think of shonen. So when I say shonen, yes, I mean Naruto, Dragon Ball, but I also mean Haikyuu, I also mean Attack on Titan, and I'm including Spy Family and Call of the Night as well. So yeah, off the rip, what makes these manga or shows a shonen demographic targeted series? It can be either as simple as what magazine is it published in, but some people have also separated the tropes that each demographic tends to follow, especially in the different themings between demographics, the level of psychological intrigue in the show, and the level of censorship involved as well. For the sake of this video, we're just gonna stick with deciphering which is in which demographic based off of the magazine that they were published in for the most part. Shonen is the most diverse demographic that there is, with easily the most amount of publishing magazines and publications. This is wrong. There are like twice as many seinen magazines than shonen. There are so many properties and stories that are for people from the age of anything as low as middle school to anything as high as some years in university, whether it be a fantastical story with a magical sex shift, or a psychological thriller, or a battle action series, romance. The genre has something for everybody's taste. Considering the age of the average anime viewer as well, most of us tend to either find anime or watch most anime during the age range that would best match the target audience of these shows as well. Meaning that for a majority of anime fans, shonen is just the best tailored for your anime experience. Meaning the story should be digestible on a thematic level, a characterization level, and an entertainment level that are needed to meet the 13 to 21 audience that it's intended for. The only drawback in this is that, well, there's a huge difference between a 13-year-old and a 21-year-old. But the biggest difference in the demographic is that with the increasing popularity of anime, the increasing viability of it as a medium, and the increasing production value that keeps getting put into these magazines, into these series, and just the sheer amount of stories that we have to tell, the demographic is also growing as well. Most of shonen magazines aren't just battle series anymore. Sports, romance, fantasy, comedy all have equal playing fields in Jump Plus, Besatsu Shonen Magazine, Weekly Shonen Magazine, and in all of these magazines, they've had some amazing series be adapted in recent years as well. And they're not populated with 50% action series. After Weekly Shonen Jump, these are all probably the top 5 most popular shonen magazines in Japan when it comes to sales, circulation numbers, and just cultural relevance when it comes to how many series get adapted and how much they're talked about on the internet, of course. And it's these magazines which are starting to get more attention, action, and praise as the demographic as a whole drives the anime community as a whole, and as they both grow into something greater than when it began as. Speaking of shonen's beginnings, I want to take a look at why people historically have graduated from shonen to reading other series targeted towards a seinen demographic, towards different demographics that we've seen in past years. Over the years and decades since we've seen the first manga magazine all the way back in Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? Anywho, ever since the first one, shonen magazines through the years have only increased in popularity, the number of series, and most importantly, diversity in the genre. Just on the numbers tip, here you should be able to see a representation of the number of shonen magazines beginning publication by decade until 2000, where the number skyrockets with the globalization of anime, the popularity of influence in the big three, and the mainstreamness of anime. Because of this growth and eventual overpopulation, a lot of the other top magazines in shonen started to realize that in order to separate themselves from the pack, they had to start offering up different types of series to readers that their competitors couldn't offer, as well as try to compete with the media giant at the time and still now, which is Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. This led to the Bakumans, the Beastars, the Welcome to the NHKs of the world, and so many more series, which showed a deviation from shonen's hard commitment of action and sports in the previous 40 years, more so than nowadays at least. Okay. So I have a question. Let's say that before you used to only eat a certain food because your restaurant, your favorite restaurant that you've always loved stopped selling it years ago. But now in 2023, after COVID and everything, they started laying people off. So their current staff, they started saying, okay, if y'all have any specialty meals that y'all can make personally, do it. And this one coworker that your friend had also loved the food that you love, so they started making it at the restaurant or fucking whatever. And now they start selling it. And not only do they sell it, but it does so well that it makes them so much money that they become a franchise and open up more locations around town, and now they're even open 24/7. Okay, this restaurant analogy is getting out of hand. Look, my point is, most of the reason for me to eventually grow out of shonen for the sake of other series is gone. Not to say that I'll never read a seinen, like Kaguya-sama is in my top 10. I plan on reading Monster and Kingdom eventually, and then I'll read Berserk. But do I need to? I'd argue that I still have a lot of shonen classics to read and watch fully that already cover the theoretical fiction, the fucking philosophical questioning that like other seinen series are praised for, and just different series that are shonen targeted that are anime originals like A Megalobox, Ergo Proxy, Gurren Lagann, Samurai Champloo, Fooly Cooly, Evangelion, and Cowboy Bebop, all which are examples of the variety of the demographic beyond just the manga industry and its adaptations, and also show the diversification of genres that the shonen demographic allows for compared to other demographics, I'd argue. So with all that being said and all of that on the watch list, I think I'm good with just watching shonen for now, at least prioritizing it over graduating or going to other genres, at least seeking it out personally. And anyone else out there who only watches shonen or doesn't watch shonen or doesn't read shonen or whatever the case may be, that's fine too. I appreciate your opinion, and leave it down below in the comment section. I appreciate everyone for watching this video and supporting and getting through it, and I just thank y'all for continuing to support the channel. Both myself and River have been working very hard on these videos, and we hope that you guys continue to enjoy them. Let us know that you enjoy them. Spread them around. Share them with your group chats and fellow weebs, I suppose. And that's it from me. So I will catch you guys later. Hope you have a good day. And peace.